The following program is rated TV MA-LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Hey folks, welcome to the Weekly Buzz.
Welcome to your favorite bare knuckle show, the Weekly Buzz. We're live, episode 3. We're here with Jared, Kid Gatti, Grant.
What's going on, dog?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
Doing well, man. This has been a long time coming, actually. We've been wanting to get you on. We've been speaking with Shane over at Gorilla for a while about getting you on. It's nice to get you on to a larger platform anyway.
Thank you guys. Thank you for having me, man.
Thank you for coming in clutch, man. Shout out to Yuli Diaz. We'll be getting him on at a later time, but Jared Grant, man, he pulled clutch and said that, fuck yeah, I'll come on the show, and that we're appreciative for it, man.
Oh, yeah. And with the quickness, too.
So we typically have a tradition on the show for newcomers. We like to give the fighter or the guest an opportunity to explain who they are, where are they from, their upcoming, how your childhood was and what brought you to where you are today in your own words. Who the fuck is Jared Kid Gatti Grant?
Jared Kid Gatti Grant, he's a former bare knuckle world champion. He's based out of Miami. He had a kind of a rough childhood, but he's going day by day with it. He made something out of nothing, So that's who he is, really.
Okay. So did you grow up in the rougher part of Miami, or was it just like a structural thing? Is that?
No, it was more like
it troubled you?
It was more. Well, I did grow up in I was always bouncing from place to place because my parents we would usually get evicted out of our home and stuff like that. They never had enough money to pay the rent, stuff like that. My dad in and out of prison. Certain stuff like that, just in and out of the streets, just doing, bad shit, just doing shit like that. So it was kind of more like a family issue, not having a lot of money. Growing up poor, basically, just growing up poor.
Well, congratulations on your successes, man, from coming from a harder background anyways. I always love to hear a true struggle story to come out and make it better than it ever could have been.
That's right.
It was rough, a lot of people didn't believe in me. A lot of people didn't believe in me or think I was going to make nothing out of myself. I didn't graduate high school, so that kind of even led people to even believe more that I wasn't going to be nothing. So,
I was going to say I've seen that multiple times, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
People.
And the funny part is now everyone that didn't believe in me and they graduated high school, like I make more money than all of them, and now they look up to me.
That's fucking right, dude. And that I love to see it. That's good shit.
Yeah.
Why'd you turn that off?
It's too bright on me, bro. I don't want to be shining.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Hunger Cells. I'm glad to be back. And Beards Council shout out.
So you're in one of the rare combat sports, if you will, especially you were at the very top of a very rare combat sport, which is now becoming more popular than ever, bare knuckle, and not just bare knuckle. You were in the largest bare knuckle promotion in the world, and you were on top of it as the champion of the 135-pound division. I guess my question that led here is, how hard was it to get to that point in your life, and how did you get into bare knuckle?
Man, well, essentially, I was in the amateurs for like 5, 6 years with my coach Ryan Perez. He's been my only coach. It wasn't easy.
Shout out Ryan, by the way, man. We love him.
It wasn't. Yeah, he's the best, man. It wasn't easy, but I just followed his lead. He promised me when I was 17 years old that he would make me a world champion. Just follow his. He basically just told me follow his lead. Just do what he says and follow his lead, and he's gonna get me there. It took a couple years. I even quit boxing at one point, like when I was like maybe 19 years old, and I stopped for like a whole year and a half. But Ryan didn't give up. Like he kept texting me, trying to get me back in the gym, this and then finally he did. And then another year of the amateurs, and then he finally was like, "Yo, you want to do bare knuckle?" And then we just kept fighting, and it led to being world champion.
It seems to be a trend in the bare knuckle universe. If you're under Ryan Perez, you're likely to catch some gold. He leads a very large group of individuals, and he has a high percentage rate for winning. And so for you to be blessed with Ryan Perez's coaching abilities and leadership, man, has been probably one of the coolest things that you could have gotten as a fighter, I think.
Yeah, and it was unexpected. Like I was just going, and like the way me and Ryan met, like at the same time at the gym, like I was just going in there to like work out or like just bullshit. Like I wasn't going into the boxing gym for nothing. Like I didn't think about being a boxer or nothing like that. And then he saw me spar, he saw me knock this kid out and hitting the punching bag. And then he came up to me and was like, "Yo, you want to fight in the amateurs?" And then literally we trained for like 3 weeks. He trained me for 3 weeks, and I won my first amateur fight. We actually went 6-0. We went like on a 6-0 streak in amateurs until I took my first loss, and then we just kept going, and then we fought in state tournaments, national tournaments.
What's your AMI record, if you don't mind?
It's like 47-6, I believe, 47-7.
I know when Ryan speaks of Mr. Kid Gatti, he and the gentleman that runs Guerrilla Warfare speak extremely high of you, man. So
yeah, I mean, like I said, Ryan's not only my coach, like he's like a father figure to me. He's my homeboy. He's like a brother. He's everything to me. I look at him like my dad. Like any issues I have in my life, right? Like you can ask anyone. I go to Ryan first. Like any problems I have, when Ryan tells me like this is what you need to do and this is how, or if everything's gonna be okay, I believe in. Like it's like any problems I have, he like just him saying that he got it or don't worry about it or anything, just fixes it right there for me.
I believe it.
Yeah, he has a lot of tough love, kind of like a fraction about him. But the advice that he has is so good. I've seen him in person, and I've seen him in the corners, just watching BKFC. And some of the advice that he gives during those clutch moments is fucking primo.
Yeah, I don't think he gets enough like credit for like the person he is and what he does. Like what he does for a lot of people. Like behind the scenes, I see it. Because I live right next to Ryan, and I see what he goes through trying to get people fights or just trying to do like the better for all these fighters. Just trying to make it easier on them. I don't think he gets enough credit for it.
Hey, they don't call him the custom model for nothing.
No shit.
Shout out to Brian Social.
You had a question from a viewer here. They want to know what you're driving, bro, because it looks dope.
Right.
I have a Mercedes.
I was wondering what that.
Thanks to Ryan, for hooking me up with the bare knuckle, turning me pro, getting me all this money, and I was able to buy my first Mercedes Benz.
Let's
There
go,
you go.
Ryan Perez, man. The first Bentley I ever rode in was Ryan's.
Yeah, I actually wanted to buy a Mercedes-Benz because of Ryan, because when I was 17 years old, we used to ride in his Mercedes-Benz. And then ever since I saw that, I wanted one. So I finally got one.
Hey, there we go. Fucking keep battling, you know.
You know, with Ryan's leadership, you were in a perfect place to be a champion. I think with you becoming a champion, you know, was it more stressful to get to the road to be a champion, or was it more stressful, you know, defending your title later on?
No, it was definitely like I think I look at it in my perspective. I look at me becoming a champion was from the day I started fighting in the amateurs. Like that's what I always in my head. Like after I fell in love with boxing after my first amateur fight, because it was just the adrenaline rush, the me feeling like nervous, scared, like what if this, what if that, and just getting in the ring and finally fighting and then winning, getting my hand raised and everything like that. Like that was just the best feeling for me. And then ever since then I was like, I want to be a world champion. So like I look at it ever since I was 17 years old. This was the day I was working. Like I was working all these years to become world champion. That's what all my hard work I put in. Me and Ryan put into, you know. And I was even more. It was even more better because I made Ryan a world champion coach. Like I was his first world champion, you know. And that's all I ever wanted to do.
Oh, absolutely. So with that,
We lost you. Can you hear me, Jared, by chance?
Yeah, I hear you guys good. I hear you
Okay, so Levi's mic just made an incredibly weird noise. we thought we lost you.
with that being said, what
Can you
is
hear Levi?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Okay.
Oh,
cool.
okay. What is your plans for the future? Since we're talking about that, that was my next topic here.
Man,
I think your mic
I
cut
mean,
out.
I have plans. I have plans. I want to get my belt back, but it's wherever Ryan's leading me to, which is getting the most amount of money, the most amount of exposure, just whatever is best in our interests. And if that's what bare knuckle, if it's leading to bare knuckle getting our belt back, then that's what it is. But I mean, I definitely see me getting my 135 belt back in the future, after this fight.
Go back after Reggie.
Yeah, I definitely want my rematch for Reggie.
I want to watch that one too, for sure.
Yeah, Ryan tells me not to worry about it, come around or this and that. But I guess that's just the person I am. I have to at least try one more time to see, you gotta, it's like that, a quote I go by a lot. That I think it was Sugar Ray Robinson. You got to beat me twice to make me believe you.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know who said it either.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do it one more time to make me believe he's better than me.
Okay. I want to watch it, so I'm here for it.
Yeah.
The last time I watched you fight was live in Albuquerque.
Yeah, that was a horrible one. I had two rough fights. I went on a 5-0 streak, and then I don't know. I just had two rough fights. So.
And that's, I mean, I've seen a lot, because I've been following you on the internet for a while, and I've seen and it seemed like you had. Didn't you just have a baby right before that fight? So I mean,
yeah.
you know what I mean. It seemed like your kid was brand new, so I get it.
No, I don't I'm not the type to make excuses.
No,
so
I'm not making excuses either.
No, of course, no, I know. Yeah, I'm not. I just, I could sit there and say all the things that, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. I lost. Two rough fights. Just gotta get back to it. I will say that the fucking weight cut did not go good with me. I'll tell you that much.
In Albuquerque, that last one.
You look so skinny, Jared. I ain't gonna bullshit. You look like you were in bad shape.
I haven't weighed 126 pounds since I was probably 14 years old.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad, and the weight cut itself, just me in the sun. I never did some shit like that, so it was my first weight cut ever. I dropped almost 25 pounds, so it was pretty bad. I literally almost passed out. Well, actually, I did pass out in the sauna.
We wanted to catch up with you for a minute there, but we heard that you had to cut some fucking weight, so we just let you be. But we missed out on that opportunity.
No, I was bad.
And our fucking hotel was all the way across town, dude. That shit was rigmarole.
No, it was horrible. that was horrible. That weight cut traumatized me.
I have a question for you. You were recently scheduled to be on the game bread.
Back in May, right?
In May?
A month and a half ago.
Yeah. Yes.
What happened with all that? Did it fall through, or did I miss it?
Yeah. The MMA. I did. That was my first. That was my first MMA match. To be honest with you, it was just to get a. It was just to get, they were offering some good money. It was to get a quick bag. That's the honest truth. I never fought MMA in my life, so.
Okay.
I missed it too then.
Yeah, it was gonna go two ways. The guy was gonna box me and try to, my plan was if he went to try to fight me head on, then it would have been my game. But if he would have took me to the ground, then it was, I already knew it was kind of game over because I didn't really train. I never trained in MMA or mixed martial arts or nothing like that. So, and he did what, we expected. He took us to the ground and submitted me. So it wasn't I didn't get no good fucking cuts. I didn't get hurt. It was nothing. And I know I don't have any plans of being a fucking UFC champion. So.
Right. I was gonna say.
It seemed like you have you're so decorated. I know that Jason lost doesn't sit well with you. Are you now more hungry than you have been ever than before? Now that you're without your belt and you tasted championship?
I would say I do. Yes, I do. I'm a very patient. Okay, so when I was younger, I used to be very like I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this. Ryan taught me to be very patient and whatever it is, it's gonna come to you. So like that's why, yes, I trust me. I want my belt back. I want to go fight these guys that I lost to. I want to do this, but I know how the game works. The inside of the fight game works so well that I know there's no reason to be all anxious and this and that. You just gotta wait. You just gotta wait your time, and it's gonna come through. Trust me. Whether it's let's say Reggie's scheduled to fight some guy and the guy pulls out, I know they're gonna call me. I know I'm gonna be the first guy they want to call to fight. Or I'm gonna get to fight Reggie one way or another if I stay in the game long enough.
Are you worried about other fighters in your division making that climb though?
No, I don't see nobody as a threat right now in my division. Like I said, the only person that's gonna give me competition in the 135 class is Reggie.
Yeah. So that actually piggybacks with what you said of being patient and waiting. What do you do to relax? Like, what's something that you choose? Like, I'm just gonna chill.
Relax. What? Like before I fight, or just in general?
No, just like when you're just being patient, waiting for your next call. You know what I mean? Like, what do you do to just hang out, and relax?
No, I just I train. I play. Like I'll work out a lot. I like spending time with my son. Like my son, like spending time with him. That's probably what I do with him the most. Like just staying at home. I'll play basketball. I love playing basketball. Me and my brothers used to play. That was something we used to play a lot as kids, like because we didn't have any like toys or anything like that. So we used to go play basketball outside all day. I'm actually at the basketball court right now. You guys caught me off guard. So.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm just in my car, but
yeah, dude. We have one park like that here. I love to play basketball too. I was just backing them down to the basket like last Saturday.
Yeah,
so.
Well, I like to go to the shooting range. I just do regular stuff all day. I'm a real chill guy, so I don't really do. I don't go to the club. I don't smoke or drink or nothing like that. So.
I got a Slaughterhouse question for you. Do you and them Slaughterhouse boys all kick it like you guys do online, or is it you guys just only in the gym friends?
It's more just like in like the if I had to chill with some one of the Slaughterhouse, it would just be Bobby and Bryce. But we really just chill in the gym and stuff. The only person I chill outside.
Shout out to Bobby and Bryce.
Yeah, the only people I chill outside of the gym is Ryan. That's the only person I chill with. Like if
I fucking love that guy, dude. I like to hang out with him outside of the work too. Even though at these events and shit. Yeah, I'd rather just kick it with Ryan. I prefer to kick it with
the first person we found in Albuquerque was Ryan.
Where's our dog at?
But the first person that found us was David and Nelson.
Yeah, Ryan will invite me on his little road trips or something like that, man. We'd be having fun. We'd be laughing our ass off throughout the whole road trip and just having fun, man.
There you go. Hey, so Unger Cells just popped in and he asked, if you were a dog breed, what kind of dog breed would you be and why?
That's a good question.
I'd definitely be a fucking pit bull, because I'm just fucking always. As a kid, I was just always roaming the streets. Like you always see pit bulls on the streets, just fucking roaming the streets and shit.
just pulling at the chain.
Eli, what would you be if you were a dog, bro?
They're fucking
I'm
hard-headed as
chill,
fuck.
so it's probably a golden lab. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
I'm chill, you know me.
yeah.
Or a German Shepherd, just because I love my dogs.
Yeah, and I'm like a pack animal, like, you know, with the set and shit. So like I would think like
Wait, are we talking domestic animals, right?
right, I'm domestic dogs, right? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So
Because that's how I was gonna be out here trying to say wolf and shit. Like,
hell no, bro. I'm like I'm just thinking like maybe like a Malamute or a husky. I mean, they roll in a pack of shit. You know what I'm saying?
husky, I get it. Malinois,
I'm just I'm not a loner, so I would want to associate myself with other dogs and shit. So
See, I feel like I isolate a lot, so either one of those could be good for me. But I feel like the lab because I'm just chill like that. You know what I mean? What's the favorite thing about your hometown, Jared?
Miami, right?
And yeah,
Well, I'm currently in Broward County right now, so I live in Broward County more. What's the fair? There's not really. I mean, there's a lot of fucking crackheads and prostitutes. That's about it.
You know, I was expecting, you know, because we're from Montana, man, and people don't understand it. They always think of cowboys and shit. It's not like that up here, man. It's a different environment. It's grimy and old. And
it's cowboys, it's crackheads, it's
Yeah, we
trans,
got it
it's
all,
your uncles,
baby.
it's a retirement home, it's a fuck. You know what I mean?
I was
It's all
expecting
everything.
dude. I was expecting to be more impressed with how many or how bad it was, you know, compared to up here. You know, I think the south side of Great Falls is probably worse. We got so many crackheads, man.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of fucking crackheads and shit.
So you know, like what brings you back now? Like, do you have any fights lined out for you in the near future, or do you know of any vision, or who do you want to fight next, Jared?
I'm actually fighting August 25th in Miami.
Oh,
Did I miss that? Like, how did I miss that
don't
announcement?
know.
Was it announced?
They didn't announce it yet, but I posted. I signed the contract already. In my phone.
Let's go. Is this the first time it's announced from anybody?
I mean, I posted it on my story on Instagram, so a couple people know.
All right. Well, it's officially announced now publicly, right?
Yeah.
Now
so
it's on Amazon Prime on Fight World Live on the weekly buzz.
Let's go. That's some breaking news, man.
That is.
And so I'm hoping to maybe catch 2 dubs, and maybe or depending how good I beat this guy, maybe get my title shot next. You know. So
I was wondering about you, what you were going to decide to do because you're a decorated fighter and you were coming off some losses and I was because you were quiet there for a while, you know, and you're pretty socially active on social media and shit. And you went dark for a while, so I was wondering where you might have went, what was going on with you there during those times.
no, just one thing about me, you'll never see me like retire or fucking quit because I took a loss or nothing like that. You know, I just took a second to regather myself, working on my techniques and skills, training and stuff, and just taking a breather for a second. You know, I was going back to back fighting.
Yeah. And I guess that's what shocked me so much because you were so active and then you kind of just went ghost on everybody.
Yeah, and you know, like even when I like people like you know, you can love it or respect, you know, hate it, but after I won my world title, you know, a lot of people would just sit with the belt for months and months. I literally took the Reggie fight literally a month or 2 later. You know, they called me and told me, "Oh, do you want to?" I was like, "Yeah, let's go." You know, like I don't care. I'm here to fight and fight the best, and you know, win or lose. You know, that's just what I'm here for. I'm not here to like just hold the belt and you know, like Johnny Bedford, he was holding the belt nonstop for like 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, and he was supposed to fight me. He was scheduled to fight me like 2 times and didn't.
I would have fucking loved to watch that fight.
Yeah, and I mean, I would still like to fight him, but I doubt he'll come out of retirement.
I doubt it. I was gonna say you did that on the Bare Knuckle Christmas show.
But I do have a couple of fights. I would like to fight Dat.
He's been a highly sought after individual. Kai Stewart wants to fight Dat too. If you have any,
I sparred with Dat, so I mean, I know how he fights, and I know I could. I feel like I could definitely beat him. He's definitely a good fighter. He's an amazing bare knuckle fighter. But I would like to fight Dat. I would definitely like to fight Reggie, and I would definitely, if I can complete those tasks and everything, I would definitely like to get a rematch with John Dotson, but just at 135. I'm not going back to 125.
Sure, that makes sense. Was Barnett your hardest fight?
Hardest, let me see. I mean, like I said, Harder as what? Like just a
As,
tougher
as in
opponent?
bare knuckle. So
Like your toughest
essentially,
opponent,
yeah, essentially,
Yeah,
talking bare
I would
knuckle.
say like so he was more so that was my first time fighting a southpaw. I think that's what shocked me the most was fighting the southpaw because it was kind of awkward for me. So like it wasn't until like round number 3, round number 4 I started feeling him out a little bit more and started countering him just a little bit, but it was just a little more awkward for me. So I never fought a southpaw in bare knuckles, so it was just kind of different. And it felt more awkward for me. But he was definitely throwing a lot more punches than some of the opponents I'm used to. So I think that's probably was the most hardest part about him for me was. But like his punching power, I wasn't his punching power or anything like he didn't hit as hard as I thought he was going to. So I think he was just more like he was just just kept active. He was very active and in and out. So yeah, but he did very well. You know, he knew what he had to do to beat me. So you know he did good.
Hey, the man's nice though.
Yeah, I don't want to short Reggie at all because you know he always gets slept on for being one of the greats. But you know, if you look at his record and his longevity, he's fucking probably one of the greatest.
Oh yeah,
His precision's good, dude. That dude knows how to throw him for sure.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's why he's a veteran. He knows what he's doing. Clearly, you know, he's 9. I think he's 9-2.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Question.
Yeah, 9-2. He's only lost to Johnny Bedford. So you know, I don't see, like I said, I don't see anybody else beating him at 135 right now. I don't see anybody else in the division that could beat him at 135 besides myself. You know.
Yeah. So we were just talking about John Dotson. Him and J.R. Ridge are going to go at it. Who you got in that one?
Yeah.
I like John Dawson. John Dawson is very cool. Like, you know, me and him became really good friends after the fight.
Oh, he's fucking, yeah, he's chill, dude.
Yeah, even during fight, I like J.R. Ridge too. They're both really, I'm both really cool with them. I don't know. I would have to say I'm gonna give the edge to John Dodson a little bit more, only because he seems like he has, you know, he's been through a couple wars in UFC in his UFC days, and he knows what it feels like to, like, you know, be in those deep waters and get hurt, and he's very, you know, he's very explosive and stuff. But J.R. Ridge, you know, he's a little bit more technical, you know. So, but we'll see. You know, I'm gonna give the edge a little bit more to John Dodson, but J.R. Ridge could definitely probably pull it off. You know.
I want to grab some more predictions off you, man, because we do have a prelim fucking card that's going off right in about 30 minutes.
25.
Yeah, we got some big names on this card too. We got Brandon Allen, who's making his come up in the 145 versus Seth Schaefer, which should be a fucking banger. Who do you got on that?
Who is on the prelims?
No, this is main card. Like I was just gonna get some predictions for you.
That's the featured fight tonight. Is Brandon Allen versus Seth Schaefer.
Yep.
Oh, I never seen Schaefer fight, but I seen Brandon Allen. You know, he's been getting knockouts after knockouts. So he's the underdog, right?
You know, he's over by 200.
I was like, I actually don't think so.
No, I think he's the underdog. He's the underdog.
Yeah, because
unless
Seth Schaefer is a BYB champion, bro.
Unless it switched 11 hours ago, he was negative 200.
Oh shit.
So he's
okay.
So
I
like Brandon, but I always like to go with the underdog.
So you're rolling with Schaefer, huh?
If he's the underdog, then yeah. If I don't know the guys, then I always just go with the underdog.
Well, how about did the Reber fight get canceled?
Not the Reber fight, the Josh Wright. I have the card right here.
Okay, you got the updated card. What about Reber versus Thompson?
Oh man, I mean they're both. Cool. I was cool with Travis first before Reber, but I'm cool with both of them now. But you know, I want to go with my man Travis only because
he hits like fucking rock, dude.
I feel like he doesn't get, you know, the credit that he wants, and he doesn't get like the recognition, you know, from being such a vet, and you know, he was there since BKFC 1. And you know, he's a tough
fighter too. As a fan and as a person in the media, man, he's an entertaining fighter.
No, he is, and he doesn't, you know, and he's a very tough fighter, I think. And nobody stopped. I think I was the only one that stopped him. Nobody else has ever knocked him out, knocked him down, or stopped him. And he's you know, he could take a punch.
So you're gonna roll with Travis then?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Travis on this one.
Okay.
Good call. Okay. And then another one that should be an interesting matchup is Jared Warren versus our boy Josh D-Day Dyer.
I'm gonna have to go with Jared. Me and him are cool, and we have
Fair
the same.
enough. And then the last one we have is the motherfucking big one. It's the Mundell versus Richmond, and this is fucking slated to be a fucking awesome fight. Who do you have in this?
If Richmond doesn't let the knockout bother him, because I know usually sometimes when guys get knocked out, they get more like passive aggressive, like they don't want to throw as much no more because they're a little scared to get knocked out again. So
Yeah.
I mean, and then I know what's his name, the other guy?
Dave Mundell. Yeah.
Mundell, I know if Mundell sees that, he's gonna capitalize on it, and he's gonna, and he hits hard. So
He hits super hard. Actually, the jug is rolling with Dave.
As I say, it seemed like
I think Mike Richmond could pull it off if he sticks to his game plan. But if he's getting scared, if you see that he's hesitant to come forward and stuff, because he's scared of getting knocked out again, because that's what happens with a lot of guys. They'll get knocked out one time and then they'll get scared to get knocked out again, so they won't come forward as much. So.
Yeah, and I feel like Mike looks a little bit different from his last weigh-ins. You know what I mean? He still looks locked in, but you're right. It seems like I'm not gonna say more timid.
It messes stuff like that messes up your mental. Like I said, fighting is really mental. Like it's really mental. Like I've went into fights where like I'll mentally be I'll be ready. Like I think like the best time I was like my best mental was when I fought Travis. Like when I fought Travis, I was like at my peak of where I was like I'm unstoppable. Like like when you have that mindset.
Yeah.
And that's when I performed like at my highest level. Like I was like just on point. All my punches and everything. And then even with Reddick, when I fought Reddick, I was pretty in the good. Even though he was a really tall guy and he was he was way bigger than me, but I had my mindset that I was gonna get the belt and everything. It's all how you have when you walk into the ring. If your mind's not right, as soon as you get in that ring, then you already lost. And it's
hey, who just fucking said that? I was watching. Oh, Mike Perry. Mike Perry was just on Joe Rogan. I was listening to it last fucking night, and he was deep into the conversation about an hour into the podcast, and they were talking about the mind state of a fighter. He's like, man, the way he worded it, he's like, yo, I swear to God that it works in the law of attraction. He's like, I walked into fights knowing that I was gonna fucking lose. He's like, then I walked into fights knowing that I was gonna win, and it became too easy.
Yeah, like trust me, like that's like now, and don't get me wrong, like these losses sometimes it thank God like I have Ryan to like help me like get me back on track when I doubt myself or anything, because like sometimes taking 2 losses in a row can really fuck you up in your head. It could be like, well, what if I don't got it no more? What if I even you guys know who Teofimo Lopez is?
Yeah, he's a boxer. He's fucking awesome to watch. His fucking return was amazing.
Yeah, even him when he lost to Cambosa and he was taking and he even when he would win and took a couple fights after that, he wasn't doing as well, and he was asking himself, he was like, hey, do I still fucking got it? Maybe I don't got it no more. Like it fucks with your head, and if you can't tell yourself and be mentally strong that you're gonna win this fight and you're okay, then you're already lost. Like trust me, sometimes I go into the ring, like when I went into the Reggie fight.
Yeah.
When I went into the Reggie fight, I don't know why I was not doubting myself, but I was like just questioning myself. I was like, what if I lose my belt? What if this? What if that? And that's the first mistake I made. I should never question myself. I was already on a 5-0 streak. If anything, Reggie was the one that had more to lose than me. We
interviewed Reggie right after he won the belt, and he did go on record saying that this was the most nervous he ever been, but he was also felt like the most prepped, and like that was one thing that he said he was so focused on beating you that night that that's the only thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and you could have started, because usually I'm like hyped, I'm ready, I'm getting ready to put my hands on somebody, and then I don't know, for some reason I was just questioning I was so stuck on questioning myself.
Nope. Oh, we lost him. Probably got a call.
It happens.
2 seconds. Usually he comes right back. Yeah. So.
Almost. No,
we lost your audio. Like a robot. Somehow. Yeah, we lost your audio. I don't know what happened. Oh no.
With that, Tyler, what's up, dude?
So nothing, man. We just been moving and grinding and shining, right?
Fucking right.
Last weekend you went to Jelly Roll. What's cracking, dog?
Oh, yeah, I did indeed. So actually, we went down to Gillette, and then it was.
There's back. He's back. What's up, man?
No, back to what I was saying. Yeah, I was so stuck on questioning myself, and I don't know. Even Ryan saw it. Like he was like, "You okay?" And clearly I'm not gonna tell Ryan. I don't want to because I don't want to make Ryan fucking worry and so I'm just like, yeah, I'm okay. But I don't know. Just fucking question was it was stupid. I should never did that because I could have won that fight. I was on a fire. I was on 5-0. I had the belt.
You did not look like you watching that fight.
I do that myself. That questioning thing, but I figured out if you mention it. And then if you did mention it to Ryan, he could have probably got you back on track rather than trying to suppress it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hey, dude, maybe I am a little nervous. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe if I would have told Ryan, maybe he could have calmed me down. I don't know. It's fine. One thing about me, I take all my mistakes and I learn from it and I try not to do it again. So it's fine. I know me. These 2 losses in BKFC is not gonna hold me back. It's not gonna, it doesn't make my career less than what it is.
So
that's what it is.
Our boy Unger Cells Jeff asked, how do you manage to stay so grounded and down to earth despite being a bad motherfucker? A lot of dudes let it get to their head, and we can see that's not the case with you.
Like, how do I stay so humble?
Yeah,
that's exactly it.
Man, because like I said, I grew up very, very poor, right? I grew up very poor, not having anything. But I also grew up seeing other people. I don't know how to explain it. Like it's weird. Like I don't know. I don't see the need to be a bad guy. Or I'm a very loving person, very giving. I like taking care of my family. I like giving to others. I like seeing other people happy. And I don't think just because I'm a world champion or a bare knuckle badass. Maybe that's why I never Ryan's always telling me yo, bro, you're like a celebrity. You're pretty famous. You're this and that. And everyone I'll have people I'll be out and I'll have people wanting to take pictures with me. This and that, but I don't feel it because I keep myself so humble and I try to keep that's how I keep myself hungry. That's how I keep myself wanting to keep pursuing fighting and achieving more because when people feel like they're on top of the world and they're famous and this and that, then that's when everything starts going wrong. I see it all the time. As soon as you think you're the shit and you think that you have it all together and you're better than somebody, then that's when your fucking world comes crashing down. And I think I do better just being humble, just being. I tried even with the Johnny, even with the Johnny Bedford fight, or I tried talking shit a little bit, because I was having people saying that, oh, you need to be more I don't know how to say entertain. You need to talk more shit, this and that. And I try, and it's not me. It'll never work because it's just not me. It's not who I am.
Right, because then if you put on a show, then if people can tell that, they're like,
yeah,
well,
I'm more like a Manny Pacquiao type of vibe. He never talks shit. He's humble, but he puts on a good show. So I'm just
right,
more
I'd rather show you type deal.
Yeah, I'd rather show you guys, I'd rather you guys see. Everyone thinks I'm a bare knuckle badass.
That's the real boxer in you, dog. That all boxers made at least a lot of good or well known or even longevity boxers all speak like that, dude. I think that is where it comes from in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd rather you if I'm such a badass bare knuckle fighter, this and that, then I'd rather you guys tell me that and you guys see it for what it is. Not I don't have to sit there. If that's who I am, then I don't have to sit there and say it.
This is from my 14-year-old son. He had a question for you. He's also a boxer. He's training under Billy Wagner. In our neck of the woods, that's kind of a bad dude. But his question for you was an interesting one, actually. And he said, if you were given an option to switch lives with another fighter, would you take it, and who would it be?
Your option to switch with another fighter.
If you had another fighter's life,
Do I have to? Do I have to take it? Do I have to switch?
Nope, nope. And if you didn't want it, or if you do choose it, who would it be and why? And if you don't take it,
Why?
who
Why?
would you? Yeah, yep.
No, I wouldn't.
Are you guys still open over there?
We'll wait for him to return. Levi, Jelly Roll.
Sounds just like how he does on the sounds on the music.
Yeah, he shouted out Ebony and everything. Ebony is his daughter. She was holding up a green neon sign.
And mind you, we were past the pit and down, like we were directly in the middle of the whole fucking.
What was her
crowd.
sign saying? Like, we drove 1,100 miles.
I'm Ebony. I'm your biggest fan. Drove 1,100 miles. I love you, Jelly Roll. And she held it up.
Dogged out, man. The boys went over to Haber and did Kill Eagle Promotions. Highly successful event.
If you want to go watch that, go check it out. Fight for Our Future 9 on our YouTube, The Weekly Buzz.
Absolutely. We're just kind of waiting for Jared, I think, to pop back in at some point.
And Ty and Jake held it down with Juggernaut last Friday as well.
Hello.
There you are, brother. Hi, welcome back. Welcome back.
I keep getting a call, so people keep messing up.
No,
It's
all
okay,
right.
bro.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say. So back to the question. No, I wouldn't take it only because I'm not a cheater. So I would like to, if I'm already a fighter, so I gotta accomplish my own. I have to get to whatever fighter that I could switch lives with. Let's say it was Canelo or Pacquiao or one of these guys or Floyd, and they're already rich. I would just have to keep working hard to get to their level. If I can. And if
I love how
don't
you went all boxers.
and I always and I want to be I'm my own fighter. I don't want to be like Floyd. I don't want to be like them. I see a lot of fighters. They're always like, oh, I want to fight like Canelo or fight like Floyd. Or no, I want to fight like Jared. I want to be like Jared. I want other people to be like me.
Right, like you might want to take some aspects from them, but yeah, you don't want to
I
copy.
know.
I get that.
What I do is I'll watch all these guys and I'll take what they do and I'll try to use it in sparring or this and that. But I always want to be myself. I'll never want to be like somebody else. Like I always want to work my way up to where they're at. I never been.
Yes,
That's why
absolutely.
you guys, Ryan, like all the. Ryan's taught me like a lot of like dirty tricks to like in the book to fight and this and that because boxing's a really dirty sport. It's very grimy, and Ryan just keeping me up, to do the same thing in case they do it to me. But I never feel comfortable being I'll never feel like I won if I cheat or do anything like that.
Yeah, sure. No easy way out for Kid Gatti. I want to segue off of that question.
I was going to say, where are you going with it?
Well, I just wanted to see because Brady had interest of what kind of Jared's who his fighters are. I think that was kind of like a prying subject. I also wanted to ride off of that question: is who are your favorite boxers currently to watch, in boxing only and in bare knuckle? Like since you also
Currently
watch
or all time?
No, like currently. Like
Okay.
who are you keeping your eye on right now the most? Is it Devin Haney? Is it going to be Shakur? Like Canelo? Who you watching the most right now in boxing? And then also, who's your favorite fighter in BKFC as being a spectator?
If you know what's funny, who I'm trying to learn a lot off of right now. So one of my favorite boxers to watch on television right now, it would be Inoue. The monster.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I also love watching Bryce fight. I love watching Bryce.
I like watching Bryce fight now as well.
and I even told Bryce, I've been trying to train with Bryce a lot now, and I take a lot of things that he's doing, and I try to do it myself. Like just little things that I like. I just, not his whole style, but like just certain things that his head movement, the way he turns his head before he gets punched. There's certain things that I like that he does, and that I've been practicing that and having him help me with, and I love watching him fight bare knuckle. Just watching him. These guys that are such aggressive fighters and that are doing good, and then when they get in with Bryce, they can't hit Bryce, So I would say
for those who don't know, he's referencing Bryce Henry out of BKFC. He fights in the 155 division.
Baba Yaga.
Yeah,
I like watching Bryce fight bare knuckle. I like watching him a lot.
Okay.
Not because he's my team or anything like that. Because like if he sucked, I would have told Bryce you fucking suck. Like I don't give a fuck. But he, I like watching him fight a lot because he does what he does is good. He's very calm. He doesn't care who he gets in there with.
Another humble fighter, very humble fighter.
Yeah. So I mean, I like watching him, and I like watching him box a lot. So He was definitely my favorite BKFC.
And I get why you said you'd like to hang out with them. Those dudes are cool as hell.
Yeah, Bobby's legit too. Shout out to his dad.
So there was something that you said back on the first Brady question about the new life or the switching lives, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the hell you said, but it triggered the next question in my mind. If you started a business, what kind would it be? Because I just started another business 5 or 6 weeks ago now.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Started a business. Man, that's why I ask myself that question every day, and I still can't figure, because I feel like everything's so saturated. Like, just like, oh, let me open up a gym, but there's fucking like millions of gyms in Miami. Let me do this. There's millions of, like, it's already all, like, everyone's already doing it. So like,
And you know what's crazy is that you are actually in the state that is the most profitable for starting a new business in the first 5 years.
Yeah, and I'm so stuck on what business to do, because I want to do something that nobody's doing. You know? So,
Yeah, sure.
Hey, I did. Sip Invasion. There it is. That's my drink stand.
Yeah, he's the first in our community to actually get a drink stand started out.
Mobile.
It's a mobile drink stand. Yeah.
It's like a food truck.
I would definitely have to move somewhere else, because in Miami, everyone's doing something. That's like, everyone has a business. Everyone's doing, like, before you even think. By the time you think of something, somebody's already doing it.
It does seem like the land of entrepreneurship, for sure. When I was down there, all I seen was active wheels in everybody's eyes, man. Everybody had something going on.
That's fact.
I think my advice to anybody that wants to start a business would to go make money somewhere else that's low income, and then bring the money back to Miami, then start something. Because if you try to come here with no money to Miami, you're just gonna drown. You're not gonna make nothing.
Interesting.
Okay.
It's so expensive over here.
Let's get our topics up. I had a topic on there. I was looking right at it and I forgot it.
Okay, which one?
Well, you've been hanging out in Miami a lot. Have you done any traveling around the United States? And if you have, do you enjoy the mountains or being outdoors?
So I've traveled. The only time I ever traveled was with my fights, really. And then my girl convinced me to go to Dominican Republic with her, which I didn't really want to. So I like staying.
But it sounds fucking cool.
Hell yeah!
I'm not the type. I don't really like travel. I don't really like doing. I don't like traveling, doing that like that. I don't like, 'cause I don't know. I'm like the type. You know what it is? I worry too much. I have bad anxiety, so I'm always worrying, like, well, what if this happens, or what if that happens, or what if this happens? I'm always planning. Nothing bad ever happens to me, because I'm always planning like 10 steps ahead of, like, what if this happens, what if that happens, and shit. So I never really.
I can relate to every word you just said. I am also anxiety guy, and I'm a what if guy, and I like to plan. I'm also like a planner. I don't get involved in things unless I know what's going on.
Yeah. Like, if I don't feel like I remember it's kind of stupid. Like, so I have to have my AC on at all times, like
fucking Jeff.
If my AC is not on, I get upset. Like, I have to sleep with a fucking fan, and AC on. So like, when my girl was convincing me to go to Dominican Republic, I was like, isn't it fucking hot as shit over there? And she was like, yeah, but we're gonna get an Airbnb with the AC and this and that. I was like, okay, if there's not a fucking AC, I'm gonna be really fucking pissed if there's not the one there. She's promised. She's like, yes. As soon as we get there, the first fucking day we get there, there's no AC in the fucking Airbnb. And I start going crazy. I said, this is exactly why the fuck I didn't want to come here.
I knew they were lying. They were lying.
Yeah.
Where did you see your fights coming up? August 25th?
Yeah, August 25th in Miami.
No, it's down in Miami?
Yeah. No, it's in Miami. It's Miami.
Oh, no.
So, Brady also had another question. I know you're sitting in a Mercedes-Benz, but what is your favorite car and color?
Favorite car and color.
The color of your car. What's your favorite car?
And what would be the color?
Yeah, what color of it would it be?
That's also Brady.
The next car I won against. So I would say I've been wanting since I was like 17 years old, 18 years old, is a Hellcat.
Is that right?
All black, everything. Like, I have.
I was not expecting that. Were you?
No, hell no. I thought he was gonna keep it foreign.
So did I.
A Hellcat, and then I like it black, on everything. Like, my Mercedes is all black, and I have like 5% everywhere, 5% everywhere.
I like my shit murdered out. I relate to you, man. I like my shit murdered out.
Going
You
good?
black everything. You black Tim,
Yeah,
black
but
wood.
like Ryan thinks I'm crazy because I have the whole. You can't even see inside my car from the outside because it's all 5% tint.
I was giving him shit. I said, "How do you fucking see out these Bentley windows? They're tiny."
Oh no! If you saw mine, you'd be like, "This is ridiculous."
Well, I'm excited to see you fight, man. Because like I said, I was questioning whether we'd see you return in a while, man, because of how quiet you were. So that's exciting news for me. Did you, I'm sure you're on your path about to get ready to start advertising. Do you have any current sponsors you want to shout out, or anybody that you want to shout out in particular?
Yeah. Shout out to Nerd Focus Energy Drink. Shout out to OnlyFans. Shout out to Native Roots LLC. Who else? Who else? Shout out to Guerrilla Warfare.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Guerrilla Warfare.
Yeah, that's our boys, man.
Fucking right.
Shout out to my coach Ryan Perez. Can't forget him. He's the one that makes everything. He's the one that makes everything happen for me. So
Hey, we got you playing ball, and here we are.
All I do is I sit back, I train, I fight, and he handles the rest. So.
Fucking right.
So we're coming to our last 10 minutes. We got a bunch of random topics. We're gonna run over them with you. And number one being, are you a fan of space? Do you believe in aliens and shit?
I wonder about it. I mean, I'd be thinking like maybe there has to be something else out there.
Right. Well, we're about to find out at least a little more transparency. We got India who's flying to the moon. They launched their rocket ship today, so they'll be landing on the moon if all goes accordingly. What are your thoughts on that, Levi? Do you think they'll make it?
I just don't like that our United States government says we don't have the technology to do it anymore. Like, dude, we have that much fucking.
They don't say that actually.
Yes, they do.
What they say actually
they said we destroyed it and can't build it back.
No. It's actually what they say is that they just don't think it's not worth the value going back to the moon.
I think that's fit.
What do you think, Jared? Do you think India's space program is strong enough to make it to the moon?
India's?
Yeah.
Once you said India, I was already iffy about it.
So am I, dude. I don't know if they'll make it.
I don't know all about that. Sounds like it's gonna be another submarine bullshit.
I agree. I also question whether
right.
they're gonna have the reliability to make it there. The next one is my boy Christian pulled out this topic out of his ass. He said that he was reading a story and there was a gentleman who found a fucking nuclear warhead missile or an undetonated nuclear bomb. And he found it outside of his house and used it to power his house for over a year before he got caught by the feds.
X amount of years. I don't know how many years.
Insane, dog. Could you imagine you're powering your house off an old bomb?
That would be fucking sick, right? You over-search and kill yourself and everyone around you. Speaking of powering your house, what about the powerhouse that went down on Lena the Plug? His name's Jason.
Are you familiar with that, man?
You hear about any of that going on?
So are you familiar with Lena the Plug?
Or Adam 22 or any of those?
All right. So Adam 22 runs a No Jumper podcast on YouTube and various other platforms, but he's quite I think he's in the top 10 for podcasts. No Jumper is.
Way behind the bus, but you know how it goes.
Yeah, he posts a guy I follow, 1090J. So.
Okay. Well, Adam is quite popular with porn stars. He actually runs a podcast that him and his old lady run, and they dog out porn stars together. It's always been women, right? Well, they recently just got married, and Lena the Plug just got plowed by her first guy on camera, and it's been making headlines everywhere, dude.
He just bought her a Lamborghini.
And he bought her a Lambo today
I just saw that.
for her first male shoot. Could you guys do it if the money was right?
Oh, I was just talking to Rico about this last night. I don't think so.
No, bro.
I mean, it's good porn, but look at the money.
No, dog.
It's good porn. Look at the money. After the divorce, would I watch it? Still no. But if that money's going to the bank account, fuck it, right? I'm not gonna watch it, but I'll buy a Lamborghini too. Ain't no problem.
So you're saying you would do it?
I said there would have to be a divorce involved.
Oh.
And I'm not watching it. I just want the money because I know they're making
how much money are we talking?
Lots.
I mean, she got a Lambo 2 days, like 24 hours later. So
Lots of
What
cash.
are you saying? What are you trying? What's the question? That the wife had sex with another guy.
But
yeah,
but not just
like
another
2 weeks.
guy. Jason
two
Love,
weeks
dude.
after they tied the knot, man. 2 weeks after he gave her permission to sleep with the man.
You
Like,
see this thing?
And then she got paid for it. And
yeah,
Oh,
oh, yeah, big dollars
She's gotten paper.
and then what the husband bought a Lambo.
for her. Yeah, he said, "Here, here's your gift for your sacrifice."
You know, because they've probably dogged out
I mean,
100 female porn stars.
together. Yeah.
I mean, you, Merle, get out the car. I have my sister in the car. Get out the car.
Oh my bad, dog.
I mean, you might as well. I mean, I would do it. Might as well. I mean, she gonna cheat on you later on anyway.
Yeah, no shit, dog.
She gonna do it for free later on, so you might as well just get paid for it.
That thing was
Jared says, "Run it. Let's get the money, dog."
like I said, dude.
Okay,
I don't know.
my girl. Listen, my girl know I'm all about the bag, so it don't even matter. Me and her had this conversation already. I told her it's all good, man. Go get that bag.
You actually, because that's an interesting topic, because he is sponsored by OnlyFans. If it ever came about, you know, where you were offered a contract, would you go live?
Oh, yeah, I already told her. You better not let them fucking pay me because it's over.
He said, "Oh, it's happening." And
I said I don't have to love the bitch or nothing. I'm just gonna let me go get paid anyway. I'm gonna go fucking buy you a brand new house or a brand new car, and you're gonna forget all about it.
Facts, dude.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. That's how it goes.
And the next thing is, this is, like I said, we're just gonna run over these topics. So we just watched a recent a recent documentary called "The Killer Truth" or "The Truth About Killer Robots," which on HBO Max, and then followed up by the Y-Files. If you don't watch it on YouTube, it's a channel on YouTube about all kinds of random shit, and it's fucking awesome. But this last week's topics that he had were about AI and the dangers and how fast it's growing. And we're
apparently
talking literal Terminator shit. Like, the smartest people in the world just got together in Geneva and signed an anti-growth for AI. They basically are shutting down all research on AI for the next 6 months because it's gotten so far out of hand that they're thinking that literally that AI has already cloned itself to where it's already rereading the internet for the second time.
Damn. Yeah. Every book, document, website, it says 31 over all that.
You have any thoughts on AI, Jared?
That's artificial intelligence, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I don't really, listen, I don't really care about none of that shit because I just stay my ass home. So whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen to whoever's outside.
Hey, don't watch any of that shit. It'll scare the fuck out of you. But if you got anxiety, you'll have anxiety with me in the outside world.
But your AC and your fan will not work if the blackout happens. So
Yeah, your
just know
AC's
that.
fucked, man. So
You're gonna get hot.
That's the one I get the most pissed off is when my AC goes off or breaks. So
well, you better be getting ready to go to war against AI because I think the AC's coming.
Yeah. Now it's AC Transformers.
And another documentary, if you guys are bored at home, I just wanted to throw it out there. It's a super good documentary. It's called Almost Human. It's on there's scientists out in the world that are trying to take apes and make them more like humans or make human hybrid apes.
We're trying to start evolution all over again.
Yeah, we're trying to make a new species. And they're getting really fucking close too, man. That documentary was nuts. It's worth a watch.
For everybody out there, anyone watching, sorry, I'm sick. I'm fucking whole nose.
He's holding it together over here. Jared, I just want to say, man, thank you for your hour
one more
time.
time.
It's been fucking great. I want you to speak your sponsors out one more time in case you forgot any, because we're going to close out with ours. And I would love to have you on again where we are a little more structured and we can advertise your episode a lot better.
Oh yeah, for sure, guys. I think the episode went good, so it's no worries over here. I would like to thank my sponsors: Nerd Focus Energy Drink, OnlyFans, Guerrilla Warfare, Native Root LLC, and who else? Am I forgetting anybody else? I can't remember right now, but if I did, I apologize.
Good on you, Gatti. Levi, you ready to run these motherfucking sponsors? You've been gone for a week. I want to hear the best fucking run you've ever had, bro.
Yeah, we ready. All right. This episode was brought to you by Guerrilla Warfare Apparel, the best gear in the fight world.
Hell yeah.
Join the Guerrilla Gang today because we are taking over. TWB10 at checkout. That's TWB10 at checkout. 20 past 4, your one-stop vape and head shop. 5 locations. I'll repeat 5 now. 2 Great Falls, 1 Helena, 1 Billings, 1 Arizona stopped by.
Let's go.
I think Prescott, if I believe right. I believe so much. Our boy Kyle Hudson of Hudson's Trash Removal. He's the man. If you need something removed, anything from your drywall scraps to your leaf pile to your fucking things we don't talk about, Kyle will do it. He'll get it done. You know, at that halftime sports bar where we're heading to go watch these BKFC 47.
Hell yeah.
Right after this episode is over. And taco treat. Come down and get some fucking tacos. Let it know what it is.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You killed it. Don't forget our Auntie Jamie St. Mark's. And I want to give a special shout out to Beard Wisconsin. If you guys want to get your beard nice and juicy like Jared Grant's, make sure you hit up Beard Wisconsin.
Oh, yes. Beard Wisconsin. I've got my bomb on the way. You should get yours on the way, too.
Use
Beard
our
Wisconsin.
promo code weekly15. Save yourself 15% off at checkout. And make sure you check out Fight World Live. You subscribe to those guys. Add them on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere you guys are, and Amazon Prime, because that's where you're going to find the motherfucking Weekly Bust.
And that's where your favorite bare knuckle show is, and that's where we are. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, The Weekly Bust on YouTube, go ahead and do that as well.
Because we're going to be running a podcast hopefully tonight with our cousin Tim Broyne. He's going to make the trip from Washington, and hopefully we can go live. If not, we'll stay tuned. Jared Grant, my man, thank you for having us invade your life for an hour. We'd love to get you back on again, man.
Too much,
Thank
guys.
you for having me, guys.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Millie.
it.
Can't wait for your fight, August 25th. Stay tuned. Jared Grant's getting back in the fucking square circle.
Miami.
I plan to put on a show for you guys, so I'll see you there.
We'll be
Looking
watching.
forward,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Peace out, guys.
Peace out.
Adios.